Ladies and gentlemen, the Russell Cage Experience coming to you right here on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, maybe Blogger, I don't know, wherever I am at. Yahoo search, maybe, I don't know. I told Adam on Facebook that I'd be making this Q&A video today. I've got a total of 8 questions, 3 coming from Kingpin88, 4 coming from Adam on Facebook, and 1 from Phenom8809. So we're going to get right into it here. I'm going to probably have to split this up into maybe 2 or 3 videos again, I don't know, depending on how much time I take up talking about these. So we're going to start out with Kingpin88, his questions. His first question, and I briefly touched on this in my Raw review last night, says, who are you more tired of, John Cena or Triple H? And after last night, I think quite finally, I'm more tired of John Cena. I'm tired of seeing him get easy wins. I'm tired of seeing him in the title picture. Yes, he may be a good showman, as my friend Jeremy says. He may be over with the crowd, the younger crowd and all that, but he is not with me. I've been very vocal about my distaste in John Cena here lately. I've been vocal about my distaste in Triple H here lately, but with the DX thing, one, at least it gets Triple H out of the main event picture, while still keeping him in somewhat of a feud and whatnot. And at least he lost last night to Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase, letting Cody get the pin on him. So, you know, it's set up for DX, but at least he was willing to put the younger. And I'm not trying to say that John Cena is not willing to put the younger guy over, but the way they're booking him right now is just, it's ridiculous. And I understand that maybe if they had him lose the Miz last night, then that would probably hurt him in the heavyweight title picture. But you need to push the Miz, and that's all there is to it. So I'm more tired of John Cena. Second question is, do you think they should change the ECW brand name? And if so, what would you name it? As far as the ECW brand name, it's not really staying true to the original ECW and whatnot. I know tonight they're going to be having that Extreme Rules ECW Championship match. If it's ECW and it's supposed to be Extreme Championship Wrestling, that's what ECW stands for, and you're supposed to be extreme on these shows, and they're not being very extreme. Should they change it? No, because that's how they've got ECW recognized and whatnot. It would take a lot, and I mean a lot of money out of their funds and whatnot, if they did change it, because that means they'd have to trademark new stuff and just publicize. There we go. Just different things, and really, and honestly, I don't know what they could name it if they did change it or whatever. ECW is the brand that they've got. They bought the rights to it, so they're like, well, instead of worrying about having to spend more money to change something or whatever, let's just keep it like it is. So there we are. So should they change it? Yeah, probably to get away from the ECW brand name. What should they change it to? I have no idea. So, and his last question, who would you like to see guest host Raw? Now, this could get interesting, because there is, you know, quite a few wrestlers that would be good as the guest host. Next week, Sergeant Slaughter is going to be on there. Personally, to me, when he was the commissioner back in, I think, the late 90s, he was a good, entertaining commissioner somewhat, especially when he was feuding with DX. So we might see a little bit of that next week on Raw. If HBK does return and they do the DX thing, we could see Sergeant Slaughter come out, you know, and all that good stuff. I don't know. So he's a good guest host, but who would I like to see guest host? As long as it's in a non-wrestling capacity, Ric Flair. Dusty Rhodes, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. You know, I'd like to see Eric Bischoff come back and guest host one week. That I think, you know, as he says, controversy creates cash, and I mean, I thought I liked him when he was the general manager of Raw, Eric Bischoff. They could have even had Shawn Michaels come back and guest hosted next week, and then set up the DX thing, and all that sort of stuff. Shawn Michaels was a good commissioner when he done it, but mainly the guest hosts, I'd like to see them being wrestling related people. The thing is, you know, I mean, the guest host needs to be wrestling related. That's all there is to it. Jeremy Piven and Dr. Ken last night. Dr. Ken, I forget who said it in one of the videos, but Dr. Ken was annoying, and I think that might have been played a big role in why Raw was horrible last night. Dr. Ken was annoying, and Jeremy Piven didn't do all that great of a job. I thought he ranked up there with ZZ Top and Seth Green as a guest host. Now Shaq, he was a good guest host, I thought. He worked well in the ring and whatnot. So maybe have you know, LeBron James come in. I don't know how much he would, you know about wrestling, how big a fan he is or whatever, but maybe have him come in kind of off the heels of Shaq hosting, and, you know, see how that goes. But it mainly needs to stay wrestling related. That's all there is to it. The celebrities and whatnot, you know, they're good in movies, and some of those can be argued, but they're good in movies. Leave it there. Just leave it there. So thank you for your questions there, Kingpin88. Phenom8809, he sent me a question. He wants to know if I think John Morrison will be World Heavyweight Champion by the end of the year. With what? Let's see here. August, September, October, November, December. With 5 months left in the year. Do we see John Morrison being World Heavyweight Champion? I see him being in the World Heavyweight title picture. Whether they decide to put the title on him or not is a completely different story. I honestly don't think that they will. I don't think they'll put the title on him just yet. They'll probably build him up more in the World Heavyweight title scene and then give him to it. But I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. You know, never say never. I wouldn't be shocked if they do decide to put it on him by year's end. So, and personally, I would like to see that. I would like to see John Morrison push to that main event spot. I think he's wrestled enough and he's entertaining enough to where he could help carry a little bit of that responsibility. So, Phenom8809, thank you for that question. I'm going to cut the video here. And we are going to go on over into part 2, where I answer Adam from Facebook's 4 questions that he sent me. So, with that being said, go ahead and flip on over to part 2.